All these scarred ladies.
These battle scars don't look like they're fighting. Don't look like they're ever gonna wear. Ever gonna wear. Yeah.
His name is Lucky, and he's fucking crazy, but he's such a cool guy.
Welcome back to Anime Casuals. I'm Lucky.
Here I go! This hand of mine is burning red!
And I'm Michael. Realize the only ones who should kill are those who are prepared to be killed.
Johnny.
Your darkness swallowed up my son? Who decided that?
Erupting! Burning!
Now all of you.
Die.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Anime Casuals. I am Lucky.
Who am I?
You're Michael?
I'm Michael. Yeah.
Who
And
are you?
I'm probably Johnny.
He's probably Johnny.
Wait, does that mean we're probably Anime Casuals?
We might be. I
It's
don't.
entirely possible.
I don't know who we are.
Well, that means this is probably the casual discussion where we talk about all things casual. So today we're talking about scars in anime, and looking back on this list, guys, there were so many like picks as we started to just think back into the random strobe lights that are in your room and the random like just anime that I was thinking about. I just thought of like they're almost like too many characters in each different franchise. So we're probably gonna just cut into each other's franchises. It doesn't really matter. So we're not limited at one per franchise or anything like that. So Johnny, since you came up with this one, why don't we go ahead and start with you, man?
He's like, I have nothing. I can't. I don't know what I'm doing.
I was gonna think about it as we went along. What the fuck, man?
So yeah, obviously we definitely are gonna have some overlap, but okay. First one I thought about is it's Luffy, but not for his big X marks the spot one. It's the little one under the eye.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always been like, how did that happen? Because it's got the lines across, so I'm like, okay, so it was stitched. So I don't know. It was probably something really dumb, like he just fell on a rock and he's fine. But I don't know. I'm still curious about it. So
I don't know. Well,
where's that backstory?
It also seems like it's a birthmark too, because his grandfather has it too. So you're like, how the hell did they both get the same thing? Because they both have the thing underneath, right?
They have the D.
They have the D. There's
a D in there. Just
D. Yeah, man. But
look at him stabbing his face.
Let me see. I'm trying to think of where I want to go with this. There's just so many. I guess one that has a lot of like memory for me, because I remember this was back when we used to use like Kiss Anime or all those like other streaming websites, because I had heard about this movie that came out that explained this scar, because it's not really explained at all during the anime, which is Rurouni Kenshin and his Kenshin's X scar. And I was like, I mean, where did he get that scar? And then the movie happened and he didn't have it. I was like, oh, are we gonna get an explanation why the fuck he has a scar? And when you see it, you're like, oh, what the fuck, man? Like like I was expecting this to happen some kind of battle, and this is spoilers for I think it's called Samurai X. I don't remember what the movie's called exactly, but I think it's something like that. But anyway, basically when Kenshin was the Batosai, he meets this woman, and he ends up kind of living with her, falling in love with her, and eventually she ends up kind of betraying him. She's working with some other people, or no, she's not betraying him. Some people come after him, and they end up getting her. And kind of to remind him of what he's done, she puts this X on his face, and that's what the X represents, is his past crimes. So it's kind of like a reminder of who he is, what he's done. So I was just like, dude, that's fucking brutal, man. The girl that you love is dying in your arms, and while she's dying, she just puts an X on your fucking cheek. Like, fuck that bitch, bro. That's why I found Miss Kaoru, bro. She ain't gonna put no X on your cheek, but she is gonna beat the shit out of you. So you gotta pick your poison, right? So yeah, what do you got, Michael?
I have had one that always like was my favorite little scar for probably upwards to 4 years ever since this anime came out. And it's Soma's little eye scar. Like I think it's like right on his eyebrow or something. It's like a tiny little scar from Food Wars. Soma from Food Wars.
I know what you're talking about, and yet I have no idea what it is. I'm
Dude,
blinking.
remember they explained what the scar was from in the last season? And it was just like, what?
Yeah, it was like a grease burn.
No.
No,
No, it was
I don't
something
know. I'm making
stupid.
things up.
If I'm not mistaken, like he accidentally cut his eyebrow or something. Oh no, he hit it on something.
Yeah, he hit it on like a frying pan or something like that when he was trying to cook with his mom.
Yeah, and that's why it was adorable because like it's a scar that is so far removed from the anime that was like, hey, wait, what's this about? But it's actually just a kind of an adorable connection he still has with his mom and a memory.
Mhm.
And I was like, well, you could make a more adorable scar because it's such a cute little it's like a cute little thing that this little kid has. And then he keeps growing up and he still has it. And then if they finally explain at the end of the anime that it's like such an adorable, like he loves to cook and he got the scar from cooking. So, I mean, like, to me, it's like one of those memorable scars for characters that actually has meaning instead of just going, hey, you're scarred for no reason. Okay, cool. Let's move on. Johnny, move on.
All right, my next one is from Bleach. And it's Kenpachi Zaraki. I ever since I saw this guy, I always liked the premise of he's got this fat just line scar just over his eye, but the eye patch is on the other eye. And I don't know, I was like, wait, if that one got sliced, what happened over there? And he turns out he just wears it to make himself weaker. I'm like, then why don't you put it? I don't know. It was always funny, and I loved just wondering how that happened and what it was until it was nothing. But yeah.
Nice. I think we have to address the eye scar thing, right? Like that is something that is in pretty much like not every anime, of course. It's not going to be in slice of life animes. Pretty intense ones. Almost with Soma, right? Almost got the full eye one. But I'd have to
no more eye ones for me.
Yeah, I'd have to go with I got to go with my boy Zoro after the time skip because that one still unexplained. But I also wonder when he opens that eye, is some crazy shit gonna happen like Kenpachi, right? Is there some crazy power that he's got stored up in there? Because Rayleigh has a similar eye too, right? That's scarred, and so you're just like, what the, I mean, he was a secondhand to Goldie Roger, and you're like, well, I mean, he can open his eye. If I remember right, I think he has both eyes open. But
they're close the whole series.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if he's got like some crazy eye shit just ready, or
that's like some ritual. Like,
do you think
people to get your eye?
Do you think Shanks is in the same category? Like maybe the people who don't have devil fruit get like cool eye hockey powers.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, his scar came from. I mean, that's another one from One Piece, right? From Blackbeard, right? They gave to him. Yeah, and also like I'm just wondering what happens. Maybe is that something that like maybe your master gives to you at some point, and then once you're ready to open that eye, that's when you're like, oh, I have ascended you. Maybe that after you kill your master, maybe after he gets Mihawk back, maybe then he opens the eye and he's like, I now I have two eyes. It's just like
Mihawk gets sucked up into his eye, and he's like, now I have the power of Mihawk in this eye.
God. What has he got? Like freaking, he's got well, I don't want to spoil the character, but Toby's power, where he just like pulls people into his eye. Like, okay, what the hell?
Or he gets hawk eyes.
Oh my God!
Don't know who Toby is.
That's you know what? I don't know. I just say
Toby Roki.
It's a rabbit hole we're not going to go down. I don't know. I'm not thinking about it.
Either way, awkward transition because my character is Hawkeye from Full Metal Alchemist. She has a massive scar across her back. And I love, like, it's not a huge, like, not all these scars are huge and impactful to the story themselves, but that one kind of is because without, like, that scar happening, she would not have this very deep connection with Mustang. Because that's who she passes off like the secrets of her father or grandfather, the secret of flame alchemy, basically, to her father, to Mustang, and like basically the whole surrounding is like this is the most dangerous alchemy. It's just because you can just snap flame into existence and you can kill anybody. And like him giving her that scar during the series where he snaps onto her back and it just melts part of her back. I'm like, that is so brutal. Like just to have that happen, and then to have you have this massive melting scar over your back this entire time, covering one of the greatest secrets of alchemy. I mean, that's an intense moment in the story.
That's not the one you were trying to think of before, right?
No, it was not. No.
Did you think of it? Just curious.
No, but I'm going to pose it to anybody who's listening. If you know of a scene from an anime where there's a female with a pretty gross scar down her chest, please let me know, because that's all I can remember is that it was hidden up for some reason, and there's like an edge of it on the neck or something, and then people were always wondering, and finally she talked about it because it was like an intense scar from her past. So if you know, tell me or post down below. Email us.
Or don't. I mean, just leave them in suspense, and we'll see how long it takes them. Like weeks, months, maybe years. Who knows?
If no more videos come out from us, you'll know that I'm dead.
Exactly.
Okay, Johnny.
Okay, so my next one is going to be from My Hero Academia,
No,
and it's
you can't choose that one. I'm sorry.
oh
Now you can choose it.
oh cool. It's Deku. I really like his hand. And seeing the scars on it and kind of how that's going to, I don't know. It's just a cool kind of remembrance of what he's been through, and it's just a very good, interesting detail. And I think about how I don't remember who it was. It was probably one of you. Told me that the artist really likes drawing hands or doing stuff with hands
because he signifies emotion.
That's something I always look at. I'm like the hands. So yeah, Deku's hand.
Yeah, not oddly.
Looking.
Hands are just a difficult part for a lot of people who are up and coming artists to draw. Going, how do these things look? Ah!
As I think about Nezuko's hands, her little dog paws,
Her little goblin
Gross.
paws.
Disgusting dog paws.
Where you get the Ninja Turtle handshake, right? Where you do this. What's up, man? Somebody did that shit to me once, and I was like, "What the?" He's like, "Dude, Ninja Turtle handshake, bro, cowabunga." And then I realized he was super high when he came to class. So yeah, I did. But next one for me is that Ninja Turtle handshake one got me off. Third Raikage chest scar.
Turtle power.
So this one was really cool because it was a big part of his battle during the Fourth Ninja War. You know, a bunch of Kages are resurrected during the Edo Tensei arc, and so it's like the third Raikage, the second Mizukage, and the second Tsuchikage, and Gaara's father, the fourth. I don't remember how many freaking Kages are, but anyway, yeah, exactly right. Sushi,
the Kai Kage, the Law Kage, the Crow Kage.
But so this third Raikage is known as like the ultimate spear, right? And I didn't really know about this. I've heard about this ever since then. Like ever since this particular anime, every time somebody says, "Oh, he's the ultimate spear," I'm like, okay, well, what about the unbreakable shield, right? Where's that one? And you figure out that he's both, right? He's the unbreakable spear and the unbreakable shield, or the I don't forget the ultimate spear and the unbreakable shield. Yeah, something like that. And Naruto, this is one of the best times in Naruto for me because it finally showed, he can think for himself and piece things together, because nobody knew about this. They were like, how the hell did he get the scar on his chest if he's freaking insane? And he asked the Eight Tails, like, hey, when you fought him, it seems like this scar happened afterwards. What did I do? Tailed beast bomb, something like that. And he couldn't figure it out. And finally he was like, well, why would he not want anybody to see this shit? So finally he ends up like throwing a Rasengan with his Sage Mode power, so he can kind of like get out of the way, and just slams that guy's freaking spear into his chest, and just pieces him up. And you're like, bro, this guy's my boy fucking Naruto knows how to fight, bro. Shit, cool, bro. But yeah, I just say that one just because it really signified a lot, and it was a win condition for a lot of these people. So yeah, I go with the third Raikage scar.
My next one is the most scarred individual I've ever seen in an anime. Besides maybe Dabi, like that dude's pretty scarred. That is a very scarred man. But mine is Vash the Stampede. He literally had like chunks torn out of him. Like you've seen like at least a little bit of it, right?
I actually, when I was Googling it, I found a picture. So
yeah, he looks just very gross without his large red jacket on. And he even has like a big metal cage over his heart, over another scar I'm like, what did you like? I get, you've been alive for a long time and you've gotten a lot of fights, but those are some extreme wounds, my man. I don't remember. I think it's very rare, at least in human society, to be like, yeah, I got shot and destroyed in the heart so bad I had to put a metal cage over it so it wouldn't happen again. And he's like, yeah, it protects his heart. So, I'm surprised McCree doesn't have something like that over him. But
it's like Iron Man, bro. He was the original Iron. Well, not the original Iron Man. Iron Man a long time ago, but
yeah. And I just find it almost disturbing how scarred he is on a constant basis.
Those are pretty gnarly scars. But you know who else has a lot of scars? It's not my pick, but it's Sugimoto. He's got a ton of scars on his.
He's one of my picks. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I like his scar that he has. A scar like this, and then it goes up and down, like he's got a pie on his face, like the symbol for pie. And like Vash gets a lot of crazy things. He does too. Like he's constantly running at people who are shooting guns at him when he probably shouldn't be doing that. Just going, I'm immortal, and then he kills the person.
Is this the guy from Golden Kamui?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's crazy.
Yeah, he's crazy, but every time he lives, so like,
and he's immortal.
And he's immortal apparently.
Anyway, sorry, my pick. Also from my hero, it's Endeavor. I just really like how he now has a scar to match his son. I think that's really cool of him, and it's cool dad vibes. Good for him.
He's like, I did it on purpose.
now they can bond over something. So
yeah. Hey, so how was it like when mom poured boiling water over your face? Oh, that was pretty bad. Yeah.
Kind of like this.
Oh,
cool, Dad. You mean like this?
And then they just hug each other while on fire.
It's the manliest hug we've ever had. So I mean, I wrote a lot of characters here. If I'm being real with you, I'd have to go with Guts from Berserk. He, so his eye is technically not a scar, but I mean, what happens to it is fucking gnarly, and just everything that happens to him afterwards. When you see him just all bandaged up, and then afterwards, he typically walks around with like no sleeves, so you're just seeing scars all over him, just absolutely fucked up. His eyes always closed. And when you see that scene where things go crazy, freaking demons descend from the underworld, and just tearing his unit apart, they hold him in place. They freaking, sorry, I'm going into graphic territory here, but they rape his girlfriend in front of him. Oh. They freaking, and one of them's just holding him back, but they're also clawing him in the eye, and he's just like, oh, and then he's like cutting off his own arm to get out of this freaking thing. You're just like, what the fuck is this series, dude? What is this series, dude? We started off in medieval times during knights and shit, and then you're just gonna introduce demons, and now things are crazy. But then they fucked everything up when they made a CG, but that's okay, whatever. We're gonna forgive them. We're gonna hope that they make it better next time. But dude, my boy Guts. Also, he has it's technically a curse mark, but it like kind of looks like more like a brand. And bro, it just. And basically what happens is every single night, like he doesn't go to sleep because every single night monsters are attracted to it. So demons just come after him at night. And whenever he's with the girlfriend that got raped and shit, she also has the same mark. So whenever they're together, extra monsters come out. So he's always just fucking things up. And then if he does get sleep, it's during the morning. So yeah, dude, my boy Guts cannot catch a break, dude.
Well, the opposite of that is something funny, right? So we're going to go over to One Punch Man with one of my favorite scars in the series, King. The guy who doesn't have any powers. It's just a normal guy.
Yeah.
I really dig his scar because it's a symbol of like who he is as a character in the entire series. He's the fall guy for One Punch Man for Saitama. And by fall guy, I mean all the good things that should have happened in Saitama when he's saved the world go to this guy. And his initial scar over his eye was like from like his first encounter with Saitama before he's like epitome super god, where he basically like this cat creature or something like scratched him over his eye. And somehow he still has his vision, which I don't understand. But I mean, like, and it makes
How do any of them?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. How does Kakashi see? Well, we know that he got a new eye. So anyway, I just really like him as a character, and how every time if he didn't have that scar, he would just look like a normal guy with his heart beating way too loud. But with the scar, he looks badass.
My last one.
We're down to his
Because
last
I
one.
couldn't get away from eye scars at that point.
Is Eye Scar the man?
Yeah. No, it's Tanjiro from Demon Slayer. It's his, his head scar right here. The biggest thing about it is I have some weird theory that there is like a metal plate just right here, and I don't know why it would be there. I don't know why anyone would do it there, but maybe that's where they would put it there. Just it keeps punching people so hard, not punching people, headbutting people so hard.
Well, I mean, it's a punch at that point, yeah. It's a punch with the head.
If you could punch with your head, you probably would. But it's a total mystery, and I'm waiting for some, I don't know, possible reveal. It probably won't be, but I'm curious.
Yeah.
It's not magical, so no one's looking for it. So
true. It is funny that his scar changed later on because of something else that happened in the series. So I'm like, they're like,
scars fade.
No, we cover it up. We'll explain it later.
Exactly. Yeah, that was an interesting one. I didn't know whether or not to put that on here because I was like, is it a scar? Or is it a birthmark? Because his dad had it too. And I was like, what the fuck is this thing, dude? Like, what the hell is this thing? But, I mean, shit, who knows, man, at this point. It's all speculation. But my, I guess, last one before the lightning round, if we do have any more, is going to be a very obscure one. It's from Hajime no Ippo. It's from a guy named Date, right? And Ippo has to fight this guy in order to become world champion in the first series, right? Falls short. But Date has this X scar on his face, basically, that goes on his nose like this. And I remember, I was like, dude, where the fuck did he get this scar from, right? I didn't think I was going to get an explanation, but literally the next season starts, and Date is about to fight the world champion in their weight class, which is like featherweight or something like that, who is Ricardo Martinez, right? And freaking bro, when they show what happened to Date the first time, bro, it just shows him getting the shit beat out of him the first time, and just somehow he gets an X scar. I was like, how did he get an X scar? How did he get who punches like that you can get a perfect X on your fucking face, man? Like, first off, you like, I don't know. Usually you're punching
pirate.
Yeah, dude. I'm just like, what is going on here, dude? And then like Ricardo Martinez, then when they fight again, he does a lot better. But by the second round, Ricardo's just beating the shit out of him, and then he punches him in the same place. But before he does it, he has his signature phrase, which they put in the video game too. He's like, "Bye bye," and just punches him out. And I was like, bro, they couldn't say adios because he's Mexican. I'm like, they couldn't think of anything else. They're just like, bye bye. I'm like, what the fuck, man? But yeah, Dante Scar, like, for me, it was one of those times where I was like, oh, we're getting like anime in here, right? Like, obviously a lot of Ippo is very like anime boxing, right? Like, it wouldn't work exactly in real life, but it looks a lot cooler than, just like, clinching all the time and, throwing a jab every now and then, all the sweet stuff that we like to see in boxing today. But yeah, that was the first time where I was like, oh, okay, we getting anime in here. Like, what's next? We're gonna see like a scar on the chest or something like that, like, from a liver shot. I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen, but yeah. So you want to go into lightning round, Michael?
Yeah. Okay. So I got three more. Tres más. My first one is Scar. And I'm talking about the character. Mostly because he's the first guy I thought of. Maybe because his name is Scar, or maybe because he has a giant X scar across his face, which is what he's named for. And that's also the name he took. Like, he was like, now I am Scar. And he also has a big scar across his arm as well from his new arm that he got. My second is Denku is Denku from, oh my god, I keep saying D. I'm trying to not say Deku. Senku, there we go, from Dr. Stone. Jesus. Who has his cool like fractured eye scars. But that's the whole show. Like, all the people who were in Stone and then broke out of it, they all look really cool with their like fractures across their face. So that's just a shout out to Dr. Stone. And then my last one is like Bon with his neck scar, because that's his only scar. And I love how that was given to him by Meliodas. So yeah. Any more, Johnny?
No. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I think I just got one more actually. So yeah, because I was gonna mention Bond Scar. I thought it was just really funny how that whole thing kind of showed up. You're expecting to like happen from some big red demon or something like that. It's like, nah, your captain did it. But one of them, funny enough, right? I don't think we mentioned Dragon Ball Z at all, right? If I'm not mistaken. And for some reason, when I thought of Dragon Ball Z, this character came up, and I was like, oh, that's right. He has this really memorable scar, which is Yamcha. Besides being blown up by a fucking little green man every single time he fights them, Yamcha's like Rurouni Kenshin X scar, and then his scar on his eye is like probably the most notable thing about him, right? Even like when he cuts his hair, you know who he is because that's his scars, right? Because you don't know him by anything else. I mean, dude, when have we seen him use the Wolfang Fist like recently? Okay, maybe in Dragon Ball Super, I don't know. Yeah, okay, I didn't think so. I mean, how can you bring that shit back, bro? And then they had the little like the little homing ball thing where he's like, that was kind of cool. And I'll be real with you, Yamcha's actually a really cool character in fighting games, but just not in the Dragon Ball series at all.
Not in the real life of Dragon Ball Z.
Exactly right. But I have to say, out of all the characters, that's probably the most memorable scar that I can think of in Dragon Ball Z. I'm sure there are others if I tried to think really hard, but yeah, that scar, those scars in particular. Also, I don't think they ever explained how the fuck he got them. I think he had them when they first met him in Dragon Ball, and he was just like, yeah, I got these scars and I got a fucking cat. So deal with it. I'm just like, what? No, just explain things to me. I don't get this at all, man. But yeah, so the Yamcha is my last one, and obviously Scar was gonna be my next one as well. You got two of mine at the very end of the lightning rounds.
Bam!
Damn. But as always, guys, you guys are more than welcome to email us at animecasuals with an S. Real REAL at gmail.com if you guys want to suggest any videos or or be a bug. Who knows, man? Also, you can check out all things casual at our link tree in the description box down below. Check out all of our casual content on there and all of our social media. But as always, guys, don't forget to keep
it casual.